Istanbul, formerly Constantinople, a melting pot of history, trade and culture spanning 2 continents. Let's go and explore. Okay, so we've arrived in the beautiful Istanbul. It was a bit of a hard journey to get here, to be honest. We got a slight delay at the airport, and then by the time we got on the plane, we had to sit on the runway for 2 to 3 hours before the plane took off. But we've arrived, and what a beautiful place this has turned out to be. We're in an area called the Beyoğlu area. It's the kind of European side of Istanbul, if you like. This is Taksim Square. This is the scene of the madness last night on New Year's Eve. We did avoid it, to be honest with you. We came here, but it was so busy, it was crazy. The mosque, as you can see over here on the right, this is quite a new addition to the Istanbul skyline. It's only been open 4 years, and it's done in a kind of like modern Art Deco style. The street food options in Istanbul, I feel are a little bit limited. They seem to be limited to sort of simit bagel kind of buns, or you can get corn and chestnuts. But that's all you ever seem to be able to get on the little carts themselves. Although the small carts, as you've seen, are a little bit limited, you do also have like the traditional kind of on the side of the road food. You've got the doner kebabs, you've got a thing called wet burgers, which are very good value. You can probably see them just in that little cabinet there. I'm not sure they're really high quality, but you know, they'll do as a little snack. Few delays on the plane last night. I think there was like a 3-hour wait on the runway before we got here. I'm feeling a little bit disheveled, shall we say the least. Look at my hair. It's almost embarrassing to come to Turkey and have hair like this. And I'm sorry about the face, but I know I'm really, really tired. I think I'm going to have a makeover today. So hopefully I'll see you when I'm feeling a bit fresher and a bit more lively. Ash, as usual, looks like she's just come out the spa. What can I say? Oh, we're in an area of Istanbul called Balat. Apparently this is like the old quarter of the kind of European side of Istanbul, if you like. Istanbul has 2 sides. It has an Asian side and has a European side as well. Like I say, this is kind of, oops, it's a little bit hectic. It is quite hard to drive around the city. They're really, really steep hills. Lots of cars seem to get blocked by lorries on the road, and then it just blocks the whole road up. Everyone starts beeping their horns and nothing moves for a little while. Seems to be pretty standard out here though, to be fair. It's a really nice, colourful place though. Very, very bohemian in the way it looks. I mean, this is a perfect example of where they just park a crane in the middle of the road and no one can get past. I mean, I do feel for them a little bit because, you know, let's be fair, there's nowhere else to park the thing, is there? But it is difficult if you're a taxi driver or a driver and this is the road you've got to get down, because you just have to take a risk. In Balat, we're just going to have a little bit of lunch, and we were sharing our table with Mademoiselle, who seems to be very chilled out underneath the heater.
Yeah.
It's got the warmest spot in the cafe. So this is like definitely the older part of Istanbul. One of the things you'll notice about some of the buildings here, they are like pretty old. And there's so much different types of architecture. It's almost like buildings have fallen down and new buildings have gone up with a different design. It creates a really nice kind of eclectic mosaic of houses though. The hills are a bit steep. Some of the cars can't even get up the hills. You can see their wheels sort of slipping as they're trying to get up. But it's a really nice area just to have a little wander around and have a look.
Coffee, I think.
Hey guys, thank you very much. Bye-bye. What are we doing, swell?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've just had my pamper day. A bit of an apology, really, for some of my opinions on pamper days for the ladies in the past. Never felt so good, if I'm honest. My skin feels really soft. That was just amazing. It made me feel really, really good. So happy I had one. It's the best one I've ever had. Feeling I'm looking a little bit better than I was earlier, though. Breakfast at the Rabbit Hole Cafe, Istanbul. Good morning. We just had our breakfast at the Rabbit Hole Cafe and just sitting there looking out the window, I thought I'd better make a little impromptu video because the driving culture in Istanbul is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Okay, so the parking here, it appears that if you can't find a parking space, then you can just park like in the road and block the road. Last night we was just walking up a road and someone just stopped their car in the middle of the road. His girlfriend got out and they started taking photos and just blocked the whole road. This is really common. I mean, look, if you want to go up there, you just can't. You're just not allowed because someone's decided that they want to park their car in the middle of the road and that road is now no longer usable. So we have to walk up this ridiculous hill, up a mountain and round the mountain to get to the other side. Don't really understand it, but you know, when in Rome, as they say. So we're just going to have a little visit to the Capel Karsi Grand Bazaar. Found the outdoor bit of the market. This is more like what I was expecting to see. Lots of fake handbags and leather goods. To be fair, as fakes go, they don't look that terrible. I love these little shutter things to keep people dry on the walkway. So we appear to have found ourselves in Mosque Square, for want of a better word. I seem to have the call of prayer coming from like 5 different directions simultaneously. It's quite a pleasant sound, to be fair. So today's intrepid adventure involves a little visit. We're going to go inside the Blue Mosque in Istanbul, just here, with its fancy big minarets. Here we are in the courtyard of the Blue Mosque. We've obviously been inside the building earlier. Really impressive place, such a big open plan kind of prayer space in the middle. And you can imagine it when they're actually called to prayer. You can imagine how impressive that would be. So today we're going to visit the Egyptian Bazaar. I'm not 100% sure what to expect. We went to the Grand Bazaar last night, and if I'm really honest with you, it turned out to be more like quite a modern shopping centre really, rather than the kind of traditional bazaar I'm used to. I'm just going to walk through a flock of pigeons because that might be quite good fun for the video. Let's have a look. Hello pigeons! Whee! No, they're not very scared, unfortunately. Domesticated pigeons. Right, here we go, the Egyptian Bazaar. What a variety of food and stuff they've got in here. The smells are amazing.
Hola, amigo.
No, thank you, buddy. Look at this. So this is Istiklal Road, it's like the main shopping street running through Istanbul. It's really cute actually. You get these trams going right up the middle. I'm not 100% sure that they hold an awful lot of people, but it does look good having a tram go up the middle. Doesn't feel that safe, but there's no dead people on the track, so they must have got away with it somewhere. This is Hafiz Mustafa. It's one of the world's most famous baklava shops. A little bit expensive, but it's a multi-award winning baklava shop. Okay, so we're at this really busy place called the Galata Tower. Originally it was built in 1204, but it was destroyed by the invading Crusaders. It has been rebuilt since, but the tower in the background here isn't the original tower. Originally, it was used to house a mechanism that had a huge chain going across the harbour. The idea being that it would stop enemy ships entering the harbour. The cafes and stuff around here, you will find they are a little bit expensive. It is kind of like the home, if you like, of the San Sebastian cheesecake. You may have seen it on Instagram. It's like a high quality baked cheesecake with a chocolate sauce poured over the top. It's not cheap though, especially here. You can get it in other places, but if you buy it by the Galata Tower, you're probably looking at spending maybe £10 on a piece of cheesecake and maybe £5 on a coffee. Quite expensive, but you get the view and you get the history that goes with it. Okay, so it's New Year's Eve in Taksim Square, Istanbul. I'm going to be really honest with you. I'm a little bit afraid. I'm not usually afraid, but I'm a little bit afraid. We walked through there a couple of hours ago, and the police have cordoned off the whole square with metal fences. There's probably about 500 to 600 police officers with guns walking around. Thank you. I'll have a Coca-Cola, please.
Cola?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Do you want a drink? This one's no tomatoes. Yeah, so I was saying I'm a little bit afraid to sort of go in there tonight. I've seen some videos on YouTube where it just looks like a giant can of sardines, if I'm honest with you. I don't know whether I'm too old, I don't know. The biggest off-putting thing is right in the middle, the army are there, and there's a tank with a machine gun on the top. Now, I don't know about you, but if there's a problem, I'm not sure firing a machine gun in a square full of people is really gonna cut it. So I am with my daughter and I'm a little bit worried. I'm probably just gonna skirt around the outside, probably be in bed for about 11. So sorry if you're expecting some big rave up today. You do it. I'll see you later if I can.